Hey YouTube, Mike here. How we doing? Hope we all had a very safe and productive week. I can tell you it was hot as heck here in Florida, but we made it through. Alright, today we're again going to be in front of the lathe turning the blank for the slimline pen. As we did yesterday, last video, we cut them and trimmed them, inserted the brass, trimmed them, show you how to set them onto the mandrel. Now today we're going to just quickly go over again the steps you're going to do before you start actually turning with the chisels, and I'll show you the actual chisels. Alright, let me come over here and I'll show you what chisels that I just love. This first one here is actually the EWT, which is the CI2M, which is called the mini rough, and then I'm going to bring them closer in a minute once I show you them. It is mid-sized chisel. It has a removable bit. This bit can be rotated four times. Then the second chisel that I have, that I absolutely love, again, all of these are made by EWT, Easy Wood Tools, and it's the CI3-M, and I'll grab that one. That is a rounded bit, and again, I'm going to come closer in a second. And then the third one that I like, and these pretty much I have used predominantly. Now, in a further video, we're going to go over the other chisels that I have, and this one here is the Mini Easy Detailer, which is a CI4, which is actually a triangle shaped bit. So I'll bring these a little closer so you can actually see them. Here is the triangle. Now this one, of course, once it gets dull, it takes a 1.5 millimeter. Each one comes with its own bit, but I like to use something a little bit more substantial to remove or spin the bit. What I like to do is make a mark on what I've used, but of course with the triangle you're only getting 2 shots out of it. You loosen the Allen key and then you spin it. We're not going to be using this one because this one kind of makes like a groove in the wood. Let's go with the rough first. The rough is a square bit, and I think, as you can see, I have a black mark right there. That tells me where I started, and I turn it clockwise. All you have to do is loosen the screw and spin it, tighten it back up, it self-centers. So this one you get 4 shots out of. This one is round, and again, I think you might be able to see the little black mark, and that, again, I spin clockwise. This here smooths it out. I use a combination of both as I'm doing it. And again, with this table, it works perfectly. Here we go. Then they sell replacements for the actual, and they're like $14 and $16 each. They come with a new Allen screw and new bit. I don't have a triangle one because I very rarely use it, and it'll pretty much last the lifetime. Alright, let's go over this quick. Once you inserted your wood into the mandrel, you want to set your tool rest, set the tool rest bar just a fraction away from the corners of the wood. Then you want to spin it multiple times. Make sure your tool rest is all locked down, nice height, the height that you're comfortable with. You want to be just a hair below center of the wood. Spin it, spin it, spin it. Then turn it on and just watch it. Make sure it's spinning true, nothing's wobbling, it looks good to you, shut it off. Okay, so now you're set. Everything is locked down, double check everything, that everything is locked, everything is tight. Now, you may have to adjust this because you'll find on certain woods as you're cutting, this is going to start to spin on the mandrel. So you may have to shut it down, readjust this, loosen the knob, send this in a little bit more to tighten up. You want to tighten down on all of this to prevent the wood from spinning. Also, take your time. This is a very relaxing part of woodworking. unless you're doing a massive log that's wobbling all over the machine. But with pen turning and ornaments and stuff like that, it's very relaxing because it's pretty much a small piece of wood. Even if you're doing something like African oak or even oak, American oak, it's hard wood or ash. But if you take your time, you got sharp chisels. Now with these tools, there's no sharpening. You're just spinning and then throwing away. With the other, the skews and the shapers and the detail tools that I have, which we're going to go over, and we'll go over sharpening and how I do it. Yes, you're going to have to put a little bit more effort into that. You have to make sure the tools are sharp. Okay, so let's start turning. Zoom in a little bit. All right. Find your chisel. And let's go. There, remember, it's the square part, you want to go slowly. You see how it's stopping? You're cutting too much. Just back off on the chisel. Very slowly. Watch the ring. It's going to jump around for a bit. Go back and forth. See, now it's starting to get a little easier because it's starting to get starting to get round. It's going to wobble a little bit because it's a little offset. Now you want to clean your tool rest. Shut off the machine. Clean your tool rest. Now you see how I still have some of the wax part that's still not perfectly round. I'm going to move on to this one now. Again, very slowly. I like it. My left hand down here, my right hand pushing down and in. This is what's controlling my depth of cut. Is my right hand. Now, if you used a big skew, like a 1 inch or a 3/4 or 1 1/8 1 1/4, you'll take more wood off. But until you get used to it, I find that these tools are the best for beginners and right through to if you're doing it over a year. You can hear it now, the difference in the sound. I'm getting rounder. Don't try to take huge bites. You'll break the wood. Check it. Again, you can see there's those flat spots. Remember, this is a small pen with a fairly large piece of wood. now I want to grab that recess in there. I want to start cutting this down to get that recess out. See how it broke? That's that recess. That's before the actual brass. There we go, now I'm there. I want to do this one now. Yep, pretty much there now. The ends are what's important. The middle, you can make it thicker. But the ends are important, the one that's right near these bushings, because that's what's got to mate with the pen pit. A lot of shavings, a lot of sawdust. And now I'm just going to make plunge cuts on this one. Don't worry, you got lines. Lines will come out. Don't clean your tool rest off while it's running. Pushing straight and then I'm turning to my left. Could use even the tool to take off. See, I'm a little ambidextrous. Okay, in a minute I'm going to start moving this tool rest in. Alright, I got to move the whole tool rest in because I'm a little bit further away than I like. Again, before you lock anything down, turn it. Even though it's round, turn it. Eye up that tool rest so it's square. Clean it off. Now for the finisher side. This is the one that you're going to get right down, almost down to the bushing. You don't want to go right to the bushing, because if you go to the bushing, you're going to hit the chisel onto the metal and you're just going to dull it. Sanding is what's going to bring it down to the actual shape. Keep an eye on that bushing, so I'm almost there. Okay, I'm there, where I like it. Okay, now this one, then I'll go back. Given its rough shape. Watch that pushing. You want to try to get it as close to that bushing as possible, because you don't want to sit here for an hour trying to sand it. There we go. Now for the final. There's one. All right, there we go. Now, take this totally out of my way. Now for the sanding. Okay, we got our sanding pads here. Remember, we have, losing them all. We have 400, we have 240, we have 320, we have 150, we have 600, and the 400. So I put them all in order here. I'm going to start with the 150. I'm going to turn the lathe back on, and I'm going to use my finger and start sanding this down, back and forth. I'm going to watch for when I'm down to the bushing. Go back and forth to two different, then we're going to starting with the 150. This step here will take just a little bit longer. I like to do it this way because it saves my chisels. And that's what you got to watch out for. Just as long as you can do it like this, and as long as that, just release it. Because your hand is on this side. But this way, it'll never catch. And if it does, you just release your hands. Okay, now grab a rag, bundle it up, and go from the top. Don't wrap it around like you're shining shoes. Now we're going to go to the 240. Okay, now the 320. Now at this stage, you're gonna, when you're done with this 320, I like to shut the machine off and go back and forth and take out the lines. Now I shut it down. Now there's lines going through there. I just want to go back and forth. Then at the last, you're going to do the same thing. Okay, now the 400. We're actually going to be shaping with the sandpaper. And now the last is the 600. Then back and forth. All right, let me go grab something which I forgot. Okay, denatured alcohol. Cleans this off really good. You get the dust out of the pores, and it also will show you almost what it's going to look like when, especially on the darker woods. And it'll evaporate. It's evaporating right now. There it is. So that's all ready now. Nice and smooth. And then it's all ready for the pen assembly. Oop, wrong way. All right, so that's it. We'll lock it. We'll take it out. Just hit the back of the mantle. There it is. Now I'll lay this out, since I kind of make them all like almost like an hourglass. I'll lay this out to see which is the best way, where I would put the clip and where I'd put the nib, and what would make good together with the center ring. We're gonna leave this in here because this is what we're gonna need this when we're gonna finish it. So, all right, let me give you a quick. Just move this stuff over here. I'll show you something that I got from my other channel, which I think is really, really cool. We'll go over quick because I'm going to do a review on it on my other channel. Let me get it over to there. Guys, for all, oh, and the background here is a TV stand for my mother, which is a video. Give you a quick peek of it. It's ash and oak. She bought an end table and a coffee table, ash and oak, from some store. So the table was too small to fit her TV on, and it was too low. So I made it 32 inches tall, 28 by 32. Ash, top, oak. I laminated 3 pieces together. I just got to do the Roman OG around it and then finish the sanding, and we're good to go. But this here, for all of you that are new to the channel or don't know, that I have a second channel called the Rinnai Guy. It's my business. It's what we predominantly install, the Rinnai tankless heaters, and I do troubleshooting videos. I do tech. People call me. I either size it or go over an installation or troubleshoot something for them all over the United States and Canada and Mexico. So I don't work for Renai, I just do it because I love the product. Well, this here is a company called Yugo, and it's a battery backup system. Well, Renai had a battery backup, and I was under the debacle of problems that they had with the original battery backup, which was burning out PC boards. So they said no more battery backup, you couldn't have it. My customers are like, well, I'm losing power. Florida here is outlet alley. I'm sorry, you know, you could do it, but if something goes wrong, the PC board, you're going to have to pay for it. So I wouldn't recommend it. But then down the line, I found this company about a year and a half ago, and I looked into it, and I got some prices on it, but they didn't want to buy it, so I just went by the wayside. Well, they emailed me, and they said, we love your channel. Would you take a look at it and do a review on it? So they sent me one. I didn't pay for it. I got it for free. They sent this to me. It's got a 36 amp hour lead acid battery in it. It is water resistant, so these units can go outside. This unit, once I go through it and do an unboxing, which the next video I'll be doing today will be the unboxing of this. I'm going to install it outside my house and test it for 30 days like I do with this channel on mine, simulating power outage while we're in the shower, power outage before we get in the shower, because now with the new electrical service and the new panel, I have a separate breaker for my tankless, so I can kill the power to it. So basically what it is a very heavily designed unit, powder coated. It has this, you know, mess up the screws here, heavy gaskets that close in the cord that powers the unit. The tankless plugs in. It has this water flow sensor, which if you want to use this, say, for a computer or anything else, you know, you don't have to buy the one with this, but this thing goes onto the cold water, and when someone goes, if you have no power, someone goes in the shower, then it turns this on. So it gives it 7 hours worth of shower time. Because once you shut the water off, it sends a signal back and shuts the power down and puts it into reserve. So it'll do 4 hours without this, 7 hours with this. It comes with wall brackets that you can mount this on the wall. It weighs 46 pounds. Comes with the plug for it. There's even a feature on tankless heaters that's called freeze protection. And it's more up north. And you plug this thing in, when it senses a certain, it turns on these resistors, and it starts heating up the inside piping of the tankless. This thing will do the same thing. It'll fire up the tankless if this is put up in places that have heavy snow load. So it comes with this really good locking key to unlock it. And there's the inside. This is a shipping bracket. It comes out 36 amp hour. It'll handle a 50 amp hour battery sold by, you buy it separately, but it's very well put together. I'm going to be testing it, and take a look on my Renai, it's called the Renai Guy website, YouTube channel, for the full unboxing with all of the information, all the technical, how the sound waves and what this thing will put out. All right, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this video. Part 3 will be the finishing of it and setting up the pen. I should have this thing done and edited probably within the week. It is actually my editor's birthday tomorrow. She'll be 26 years old, so I can't do any videos tomorrow because we have a party here for her. It's a painting party. We're all going to paint pictures or paintings, whatever. But it should be cool. She likes that. She's a pretty good artist. So, all right. If you want to ask a question or want a Mike's Woodshop sticker, email will be below. And I'll put all of the chisels, which are over there, I'll put all of the model numbers and the prices in the description below. And you all be safe out there. And thank you again for all the subscribes, all the likes, all the comments, and questions. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.